Good afternoon, my name's Amber. I'm a flower farmer florist from Blooms on the Hill in Budgeree, and it's 1st of May and the season is shutting down, so I won't be doing any more farmers markets. So I've just got gardening work to do now and things getting organised for the next season. So I'm in my strawflower patch, which is still blooming. Can't believe these flowers are amazing. They've been going since spring. It's now mid-autumn, and I've got a little patch here that actually had everlasting daisies in it. So they bloomed in spring. They're the pink and white ones, so they're different from the straw flowers. They are also one that you can dry, and they have that papery feel, but no, they were different. So they were there, so there's a bit of a grassy patch left there now. So I'm going to weed that, and I've got a few more seedlings to put in of these, so I'm going to do that today. And there are still straw flowers that can be harvested. I did some on Friday, which I've actually just hung up to dry. Lots of dried ones everywhere, but there's still more that have opened up that can be picked potentially today if I get round to it, and lots of other jobs this week, so better crack on. Right, so that's clear enough to stick things in. I've got some straw flowers that are started from seed. Don't know what colour they are because there was a mix. Not a lot germinated out of this lot, but I'll try some again, probably June again, because I'm not sure what these are going to do. I know I've said it before, but short-lived perennials, hopefully they'll come back next season. I'm thinking once they've finished flowering, I'll cut them back and then hopefully come spring they'll resprout, but putting some new ones in, and specifically to fill this gap too. So let's get those in the ground. So I've got those in the ground. There's a handful there that were a little bit little, so I'm going to wait until they grow on a bit and put those in later. It's something I can cross off my list now. Flower farming is continuous and it is very overwhelming because there's always a million jobs to do, and even now at the end of my season, I've started stuff for next season already, which I have quite a while ago, but there's still lots of things to do, and even through winter there really won't be a break. Make a list. It gets it out of your head. That's where it starts to feel really overwhelming, and it makes you feel really under pressure. It's actually quite mentally distressing. So get it on a bit of paper, and then you can cross it off when you've done it, and that really helps. So it just helps make something that is such a huge job, it makes it small jobs, tiny jobs, one at a time. So I'm just going to water these in and then we're done. Flower patch update. I put in, this was the peony patch. Ignore the compost. I put in, well, this was a bed of zinnias, straggly zinnias. So I put this in, and there's snow peas in there and some normal peas on that side. This bed has garlic. This bed has peas, eating peas. So that should be exciting. And I can fit another bed in here. And I'm going to put my daffodils in here. And then once the daffodils are finished, I'm going to leave the bulbs in the ground, and I'm going to plant my cosmos over the top. Plan. It could change, of course. It always does. Anyway, that's the plan for the moment. I'm just going to put in a couple of little snapdragons. I've got 2 that were given to me by a lovely lady at a market. So these are plugs that were from Ball, Australia, apparently. And my snapdragon bed, which does need to be weeded, is here, so I'm going to pop those in there. Okay, it's Tuesday, and I look like I've been dragged through a bush backwards. It's been raining, so it's making my hair go curly and crazy. I've dug another garden bed. I'm so proud of myself for digging garden beds, because bad back, it hurts. And I'm happy with how this looks. So this is the 3rd one. So there's 2 here that I did in this peony, that was the peony patch. So there's this one here, and I'm going to put there's my face, daffodil bulbs in. So I've got 3 varieties here. I don't have a huge amount. I've only got 20 of each. But I've got double daffodil full house. I've got another double one called White Lion, 20 of those. And I've got, oh, look at those clouds behind me. And I've got another one, another double one. It's called Flower Parade. So they're all really pretty ruffly ones. And I, on the weekend, ordered some more, I think another 60. So whether or not I need this whole bed, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to take the whole bed. But for the moment, we'll leave that just for the daffs. And I'm going to leave them in to see if they naturalize. So I'll plant something over the top. So I was thinking maybe the cosmos in summer. But that's what we've been up to today. Okay, so I've dug a little trench. That's just the scrabbly bit there of the bulb. This is your bulb, and you plant it pointy end up. Right, bottom end's got a little dry bit there, like a little flat bit on the bottom. You put them in so that they're in twice as deep as they are high. So you can see the height of the bulb, and then it's got twice that height in the ground, so twice the height of the bulb above it. And then when you plant them side by side, just get another one, you plant them the same width apart. Oh, it's a little double fellow. The width of that one, and then you'd leave the same width there, and then you'd put the next one in. Okay, so it's not really difficult. If you're going to plant them for cut flower production, it would be a good idea to have them in rows. So I'm planting them like along this way, and then I'm going to have them go down that way. I could do them the other way, but for some reason I've done it this way. I didn't really think too hard about it. Probably should have thought about which way, well, it doesn't really matter which way the wind comes from, but I know, each to their own. So they're going in there, and they will naturalize. So if you're going to put them in your garden, you could put them anywhere and then leave them in, and you wait until the foliage all dies back before you could just simply mow over it, and that way all the nutrients go back into the bulb. So it's very important that you don't cut off the foliage. But yeah, if you were having it out in the garden, you could just leave them there, and then you would get more. So what I think I do, as I said, I'll leave these in, but next season I'll probably buy new ones after seeing how these ones go in here, and after having planted something on the top, because obviously I just don't want to leave this whole bed free for a whole season. So I'll put something on the top. But it's an excuse to buy more daffodil bulbs, really, isn't it? Anyway, we'll see how these ones go. Okay, I've planted the first lot, which are the full house ones. Now, I got my bulbs from, is that round the right way for you? I don't know if it is. It's the seed collection. Really good. I get a lot of seeds from them. Well, one of the places I get my seeds from. They're always really good germination. Never got bulbs from them before, but I'm certain that they're going to be great. So, as I said, I got 20 of each. Well, I've just put this particular full house one in, and there was 30. So there was a handful that had a little extra smaller bulb connected to it, which I've just split those and put them in as extras. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I don't see why they won't sprout. They're just a little bit smaller. So yeah, so there was 30, not 20. So that was a bonus. So I'm just going to keep going with this. I've got just over 2.5 rows with that first packet. So we're looking at like maybe 10 rows all up. And then I think that the rest of the bulbs that are coming will take up the rest of this bed space, which would be good because it'll look nice and even. Just covering this lot over with soil, making sure I don't tip any of them over while I do it. I could have just dug a big flat rectangle trench, which would be easier to just quickly place the bulbs in rather than do these single lines. So that's a good way to do it as well. But I've only got 60 bulbs. I don't have, like 5,000 bulbs like some flower farmers have masses of bulbs to do. With my tulips, I'll probably do that because there's about 250. So each to their own, but this is working for me at the moment. So we're doing it this way. Well, good morning. It's Wednesday morning and it's very wet. Hence I'm dressed like this. This is my rain outfit. I've just fed some ducks and chooks and things, and I'm admiring my daffodil patch. So I've done yesterday afternoon in a hurry. I finished this little section here. So there's 60 bulbs. Actually there's more than 60, because as I was saying yesterday, there was more than 20 in each packet once you kind of divided them, and yeah, so that was good. So there's more coming which will fit in the rest of this bed. Probably arrive maybe this week. I think they've been posted. So the garden's looking very wet. It's been raining overnight. It was raining very heavily just before, but now that it'll probably start again soon. But I've got to go milk the cow, so I don't think there's going to be an awful lot of gardening going on this week. So I hope you enjoyed and got a little bit out of the daffodil planting, and we'll see you later on. Thanks for watching. Bye.